guys? How's it going? Starting a little bit early today because why not? So let's say hi to everybody in the chat and see how things are going. We got Red Squirrel, of course, in the house. He's always online. He is terminally online, my friends. So welcome. Glad to have you, buddy. Alex Harshman, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Hope you're well. Black Label Expat, what's up, buddy? I know it's a quite the surprise when I come on, but hey, I committed to every other week streaming at this time, and here we are, week number 2. So we're officially on a streak. Here we go. Funkmaster Hex, what's up? Good to see you, man. Crypto Crossfire, what's up, homie? Nice. I think that's a red pill line. Yeah, nice, man. Oh, hey, we got Tam. She's working on a Saturday. Crazy. I'm impressed that your office is even open on a Saturday. Like I said, I only work 4 days a week mostly. Although I am trying to pick up some temp work to buy these dips, as they say. But I worked yesterday actually. I worked Friday morning. Crazy. It was a crazy week for me in the dental world. I'm getting more implant cases finally. They're starting to roll in, so I'm pretty happy about that. Let's see who else we got in the house. I've missed the intro music too, man. It's a good little animation. Yep, exactly. Media player. Hey, what's up? I like that Morty. That Morty PFP. Hey, C3 works. Oh yeah, congratulations to Randy. The no permissions conference seemed like a hit. I saw a lot of the posts on social media. Definitely got some FOMO for not being there. Fortunately, just couldn't make it. My schedule didn't align this time, but I'm gonna start putting it on my calendar every year, just like I do for the Pulsechain conference. I guess if you guys don't know, I am gonna be on a panel at the Pulsechain conference in Vegas. That first week of March, the 8th and the 9th. Yeah, that weekend. I'm going to be on a panel. I'm going to be there. I would love if you guys came. Let me get the link for it just in case people wanted to go. But if you use code SLOTH, you get like 10% off or whatever. So if you wanted to do that, you can use my code to get a little bit of discount on the ticket. But I will be there to hang out with you all. So if you guys want to come. Hey, Karn, what's up, man? Long time no see. Bro, throwing it back with the Phantom Magic Cats NFTs, dude. You've had that one for a long time. I still have my Magic Cats around somewhere. I'm not sure what's going on with them, but I always liked them. They were always pretty good, pretty solid NFTs. All right, so we've hit the bottom of the chat. Anybody else starting to roll in? Feel free to say hi. Oh wow, we got 20 people watching on YouTube. That's a pretty good number for this nice, relaxing Saturday afternoon. Anybody have any questions that they want to get into? Anything you guys wanted to talk about? I'm trying to think. First NFT sin. Good times, yeah, man. It was. Those were fun times. Those were fun times. Yeah, so I'll start the conversation off with questions if you guys have anything you want to talk about. I don't really have too much of an agenda today. There's not too much going on in the Pulsechain ecosystem right now. Congratulations to the PTGC and the UFO community for continuing to make all-time highs. All the people who have been in those, congratulations. I hope you are enjoying your wins. That's probably been the biggest news or the biggest happenings going on in the ecosystem right now. The Trump token, that took the internet by the crypto community by storm, and it's dumping pretty hard right now. Maybe I thought it was going to form a little bit of a bottom here. And so I was thinking maybe I'd DCA a little bit more, but it's breaking down even more now. So I'll probably wait for it to try to bottom out again before sniping a little bit, because I think you'll probably have a comeback at some point. This is just the first major flush out. What is it down now? Let's see. Yeah, it's at 73%. So we're in discount territory. But yeah, let's see. Anything else interesting? Pulsechain stuff. I'll pull up a chart. We'll just start yapping, and then maybe somebody will ask a question. Boom. Oh, let me share my screen. Boom. So as you guys know, I'm not a big TA guy, but I will talk about what I see in the charts. And pretty much it's just this pennant is forming right here. So I'm hoping it's a reversal where we'll trade in here for a little bit and then it'll come out. Let me do a path. It'll be better. Path. So maybe we hit the resistance, hit the support, break out, retest, and then resume up. That's what I'm hoping for. But of course, with pennants, they can break either way. So it can go up, down, retest, and then back to do a double bottom down here. Draw that out. Boop. So you go boop, 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 boop. Something like that could happen. It's a pennant, so it could be either one. Bearish scenario, hope would be to double bottom around here. And that would make this like head and shoulders pattern play out pretty much. So that orange line is pretty much the neckline, what I'm hoping we don't break. So if it's a head and shoulders pattern, but if we break up, then we invalidate it. So this has been the story of Pulsechain for the last like couple months. It's like just waiting to see what's going to happen. And right now, and I think a lot of people are of this community. A lot of people in the community are of this opinion. A lot of us were just kind of waiting on ETH to do its thing because ETH has not really performed super well, which is fine. I'm not worried about ETH at all. I think it's going to do well. I actually just made a buy. So buy of Ethereum. And yeah, it's just no big major price action, no big major news. Let's see. Stuff. It's a public stream, but if you have a YouTube channel and you don't say super crazy, mean, offensive things, you're allowed in here. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Hey, nice. What a ratio trade. There you go, man. Way to get a good ratio trade. Happy for you. Let me think. What was I saying? But of course, we're seeing like large entities buy a lot of ETH and like different blockchain L1s. The Trump people, BlackRock, I think I saw somewhere on Twitter, they've been buying. There's been a big accumulation of ETH. No, I was talking about this with somebody this morning, and I thought, obviously we don't want it to be a top. Like, let's say Bitcoin topped here and we go into a bear market, just hypothetically, and then ETH top here with never making an all-time high, which would be crazy. But how funny would it be if, all of these big companies like BlackRock and stuff, JP Morgan and stuff, now that they're finally entering crypto, then they get rugged on these big market cap coins. Honestly, there would be some kind of poetic justice to that, and it would be kind of funny. I don't think that's what's going to happen. Like, I'm still waiting for ETH to do all-time highs, 6-7K ETH. Is really when we can get the party started. So now is more of an accumulation zone. But I thought that would be funny just to think about, if BlackRock got rugged on crypto. But if they put it 10, 20, $30 million into this stuff, that's who cares for the billions upon billions that they manage, an 8, even 9-digit position is nothing crazy for them, especially if they just need to get exposure. Hey, thanks. Yeah, I've been really good, man. I've been really good. Thanks for asking. I appreciate it. This happened on Pulsechain is the innovation and release of LPX. Coffee had the stream on it. Is a dark pool liquidity. I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is. Let me look it up real quick. Crypto copy. We did a stream. Maybe I can get a quick view on it. I don't see a stream on it unless it's part of is it the UpX stuff? Oh, it's the UpX stuff. I'll look into it later, DMath. But yeah, thanks for the heads up. Let's see. What else to talk about, guys? Yeah, part of UpX. That's what I thought. Let's see. Let's go over Actuator stuff. I think that'd be pretty cool to see. The HTT 3000 pool is paying 94% APR. The 500,000 one is paying 78, and the 7,000 one is paying 87. I do think it's pretty interesting that the 5,000 one is paying less than the 7,000 one. In some ways, well, does that make sense? No, I'm surprised that the 3,001 is paying the most. In some ways, I would think that it would pay the least in some ways, but that's really interesting. I think at this point, it makes the most sense to get into the 3,001 because your risk is the lowest in terms of like, let's just say like doomsday scenario, we lose all liquidity for these assets, and you're ended up with a bunch of HTT 3,000 tokens. Well, you'll get your liquidity back the soonest with those versus the other ones. But of course, if money starts moving from the longer ones to the short one, then the APRs will make it so that it'll be more lucrative to do those. So it balances itself out over time. But if I was adding more capital to the actuator farms, I would probably do the 3,001 right now. Highest APR and the lowest risk. Hey, what's up, Archie? How you doing? It's good to see you, man. Oh, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but Corky, this is kind of old news. But if you guys remember that Corky.eth, that Corky website that he made, check out the return of HTT 3000 purchase for 3 years. Let me see that. Let's take a look at that really quickly. Dashboard. Just disconnect my wallet really quickly. Oh yeah, so if you purchase HTT 3000 off the market right now, you're locking in a 22% return on your hex right there. 22% over the year. So you're locking in a 68% total return that you get to redeem in 2028. Pretty cool. This Corky website is pretty cool. Now we can look at the histograms on different on 9mm and 9-inch. So let's just go to 9mm and let's see what's there for Rat Pulse. I really liked this back in the day before Pulsechain launched. It was a really, really nice tool to look at all of the LP positions. I guess it's having some trouble loading. Let's see if 9-inch loads faster. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, it's weird. Let's just do normal pulse to see what pops up. Yeah, so you got all these different liquidity positions. Let's do pulse X die, and then it'll pull up the. Let's get a better one. Let's do let's just do ink because I think there's a problem with the. Here's one. It'll show up the liquidity positions. This isn't a good one. Let's go to 9mm, and let's do. I know HOA has liquidity over there. Yeah, man, it's pretty cool, and you can make HSI stakes in the Actuator website itself. So it has all that functionality for you, but it's really great for getting liquidity out of your stakes if you wanted to do a stake going forward, or with HSIs that you already have. Because every day, so you automatically get access to your principal in terms of HTT tokens. So let's say you stake 100,000 hex for 15 years and you put it in like the 7,000 pool, you would automatically get access to 100,000 HTT 7,000 tokens. And of course, they're trading at a discount to hex, but you unlock that liquidity. And every day that you earn rewards, you can mint those HTT tokens. All right, let's see this one. Yeah, so you can see the liquidity position. I want a better one that shows more of the, but you guys get the point. So this is a really good website. Did I put it in the chat? Yeah. This is a really good website for analyzing the V3 data for any of the specific coins that you want to see what their LP data is, or like what the histogram distribution is. I like it a lot. It was a really great service back in the day when we did it with Uniswap and Hex. I went to it all the time. Hex USDC. For some reason, it's not working as well. Let's try again. Nope. But anyways, great tool. Oh, Uniswap V4 launched. I forgot about that. Uniswap V4 launched. I've been looking into it. I understand it from a big bird's eye view, like the theory of it, and I'll explain it in just a second. But I don't really. I'm still kind of working out like the practical aspects of it, like how exactly it works. The big innovation of Uniswap v4 is the addition of something called hooks, which is a type of smart contract or a type of solidity code that you can now attach to liquidity pools and liquidity positions. So if you think about like when you do a swap, there's a certain like order of events that occurs, right? So it's like you not execute the trade, you like sign approvals, you there's a before the swap occurs, you execute the swap, and then like you receive the token. So there's this like standard list of things that happen, and this is something that happens at the code base of the Uniswap contracts. Like these are the functions that happen when you do a swap with these with any Uniswap forks or Uniswap itself. And so what hooks do is allow you to put code in between those functions. So it's like one of the functions is literally before swap or after swap. So it's like before the swap occurs, run this code, or after the swap occurs, run this code, or like after liquidity is added, run this code, or before liquidity is added, run this code. So yes, Tyler, that was a 9mm. That was a 9mm logo. You can look up the 9mm data on that website. So some of the examples that I see that are pretty common is like, let's say you have a new meme coin that you want to create, and instead of making a farm to distribute it, what you can do is basically say, and let's just use the Ethereum for example. Let's say you want to distribute one of this new meme token to everybody who buys 1 ETH worth of the token. So like the team sets the initial liquidity, and every time somebody buys with 1 ETH, they automatically get one more of the token. Or it's like an incentive token on top of like let me explain it this way. Let's say there's a meme token that wants to advertise to a certain community, and they're like, hey, everybody who buys 1 ETH of that token in that other community, you get one of our tokens that we're creating. So it'll be like before swap, calculate how much ETH is in there, and then after swap, distribute the token based on like how much ETH was used in the trade. So then you can distribute a token to people who are trading, or like for people who add liquidity. So it's like, hey, if you add X amount of liquidity, we will give you a token, or we will write your address down on a certain list that we can do airdrops for. Like there's a lot of options. It's not like super obvious what you can do with it. It's pretty general because it's arbitrary code, or it's any code that you can write. So we're really just limited to our imaginations in that standpoint. From that standpoint, this does change how the farming game can be played though, because right now the way farming works is that you get your PLP tokens, or you get like your receipt tokens, and you have to deposit them into another smart contract for it to do the accounting to distribute the incentive token or the reward token for that specific farm. And it really only works with V2. With V3, now we actually can, with V4, we can have that same thing with V2, but we can also add it on top of V3, in that we can just have the rewards be distributed directly to the people who are providing liquidity via a hook contract. So it's like, as you have liquidity in there, it can automatically distribute it to you. Or like when you add liquidity, it'll start counting rewards. So it's like before liquidity is added, or when liquidity is added, you get certain number of points, kind of like a PLP thing. And then the emissions are calculated based on the points that you have. And then when you remove, it removes the rewards for you. I don't know if that made a lot of sense. I still don't fully understand it, especially from a practical level, because, and let's just go to Uniswap. Hey, Conversations with Kent. Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. You are in fact here. Yeah, it is interesting, Black Label app. And BTFD, gonna rewind. Hey, well, when you catch up, good to see you, BTFD. I hope you're buying those dips as your name suggests. So yeah, let's do yeah, I have a little bit ETH on this. This is my public wallet. It's fine. So let's do pool. Let's do USDC ETH. And then let's add liquidity. And so USDC ETH, whatever. If we do a V4 position, this new thing pops up, add hook. And if you click that, you can enter a hook address. This is the part that I'm a little bit confused about because I don't quite understand, and I think it might be both, if the hooks are added to the actual pool itself, or if you can add them specific to specific liquidity positions. My first understanding is that these hooks are like attached to specific pools, and the person initiating the pool or creating the pool attaches the hook to it. The way this looks, it's kind of like you have the hook on the LP position. It might be both. I'm not sure. I'm still researching to understand the practicals of it. That's not the right word. I don't even think practicals is a word. Anyways, let's see. Let me go back. There's an article here somewhere. Anyways, I'm going to keep doing research on it so I can explain it better. Maybe in the next 2 weeks, I'll kind of know what's going on. But the general idea is that we can now add code on top of these liquidity pools, which is going to give us a lot of ability to be creative with how we interact with LP pools. Other things was like dynamic fees. So like, let's say volume is going down, it could automatically adjust the fee based on the volume that's gone through, so that the pool is more incentivized to be routed through when there's less volume. And then when volume goes up, you could increase the fees theoretically to get more compensation for the money for your LP. What was another good example that I liked that I heard about? The farming is a big one. The dynamic fees. Oh, you do have to be careful from a security standpoint. And that's just because technically you can have code in there that's like, if you swap in this pool, drain their entire wallet. Like, and that's being a little hyperbolic, but like that's the idea. Or like, once you do a swap, blacklist the wallet from ever swapping again. So Uniswap has some security measures where they issue some warnings. But if you're using a pool that has a hook, or you're adding a hook to something, you have to treat it pretty similar to like smart contracts that you interact with, and do the same level of like security in terms of like wallet segregation, approvals, revoke.cash, like all of that stuff you guys know about. Anything else I wanted to say on hooks? I'll give you guys an update in 2 weeks on my thoughts on it. But so far, I think it's pretty cool, and I'm excited to get it over on Pulsechain whenever we do. It'll be fun to play around with it. All right, let's see. Anybody in the chat? Any questions from you guys? Let me look at the charts a little bit. Ooh, a little bit of sell pressure coming through on Pulse right now. That's been kind of the name of the game recently. Let me see. What's been something that's cool? Oh, let's see what the stability pools are paying over on liquid loans. That's something that I always like to check every once in a while. I like to compare the three. 16%. It's good. Yeah, whatever. Let's go to Flex. I'll click MetaMask this time. Hey, Flex is paying 22%. That's pretty good. And then let's do this. Let me connect. Yeah. I messed up there. Let's do refresh. Anyways, they're paying double-digit percentage APR for the stability pools, which is pretty healthy. The big thing that, and then the big other one is fiat to look at. Where is it? There it is. There's my bookmark. So fiat stable coins, those are paying single-digit percentages, but the borrowing. Oh, hey, whoa, this is pretty cool. The borrow percentage for USDC is really low right now. That's pretty good to see. And this is big news. The USDL, PXDC, and HEXDC, they all got added to fiat. Now, obviously, the amounts that you're able to add are pretty low, and people haven't really deposited too much because the APY, the deposit APY, is pretty low. Like no one has HEXDC in here because the deposit APY is 0. And it looks like you can only deposit 10K of the Pulse and Hex one, but we can deposit up to 50K of the USDL, the Pulse one, probably just because there's more liquidity over here for USDL. But this is pretty cool. We're able to take out loans in these stable coins. It's definitely a big upgrade for Pulsechain as a whole. That these coins are established enough where they can add it to the fiat, the Aave fork that we have. One big thing that's been consistent for a while is that you haven't been able to deposit PulseX, Hex, or Incentive token in these pools quite yet because they're full. There's still about 13 billion Pulse that we're able to deposit, but it's pretty full with 47 billion in there. And this makes sense because people are basically using this as, you think of it like planting their flag, or like not planting their flag, like it's like digital real estate on this protocol. Because if you can't deposit, you can't borrow against it or use it as a collateralized loan, or take a collateralized loan against your tokens. So if you already have it deposited, even though the deposit APY is essentially 0 for all of these tokens, it basically, you're reserving your right to use this as collateral in the future because there's only so much space with where the Pulsechain market is right now. Oh, hey, what's up, Gideon? How you doing, buddy? It's good to see you, man. Yeah. Aggregators, new aggregators. So before, the main aggregator on Pulsechain was Piggius, but now we got a couple more. We have Pulsewap, which this is like an aggregator of aggregators. That's what they say. So this one routes your order through even the aggregators, which is pretty cool. I'll give you guys Piggius as well. We also have 9X. This is the 9mm team. The 9mm team has their own it has their own DEX aggregator. So that's pretty cool. So that's 3 places you can go. And then there is a fourth, empseal.xyz. And so this is a pretty cool project. They're looking to be kind of a suite of DeFi tools for Pulsechain. And the first one that they've launched is EmpX, which is the on-chain DEX aggregator. So you can come here and I'll show you the routing. It's a DEX aggregator. You guys know how to use these. And so yeah, this is another one that's pretty cool that you guys can use. So start quoting prices between all of them and pick which one you like the most. I'm using all of them just to get used to it. This is pretty cool because it looks like they're trying to make a NFT marketplace. They have some plans for yield farming, it looks like. A yield optimizer, multi-sig safe. Oh, and a bridge. They're looking to build some bridges for Pulsechain. So I'm actually pretty excited about this MCL suite of tools. I think it'll be pretty cool to have these. It'd be nice to have more NFT marketplaces too, or like an aggregator of NFT marketplaces would be pretty cool. But yeah, so there are some aggregators for you guys. Some things that have happened in the last couple weeks. Tetra is scheduled to launch this month. I mean, it's February 1st, and I think they said around February 20th, 21st, they're looking to launch the entire thing, like Stratus, Atlas, all of that stuff. So that's pretty exciting. We've been waiting for that protocol for quite a while. So Stu felt comfortable enough to give us a date. So I'm excited for it. Hopefully we don't have any delays, but of course you never know. Let me see. Oh, Black Label. I was looking at Omnis for the other day for limit order and stop losses. Did you get a chance to try it? I have tried it. I haven't. I've played around with it. I haven't had an order execute yet, but it seems to be working from the people that have tried it. I do believe the tokens are removed from your wallet for the limit order execution. So I don't think that it's like it'll execute a trade in your wallet. I think it's like deposited in the smart contract, and then it deploys and then sends you the money when it's done. The compound limit order ones are pretty cool though, where it's like take profits from this token into this token at this price, and then this token into this token at this specific price. I think that's a pretty cool idea because, like, let's say you're in an altcoin, yeah, whatever altcoin you want. Let's say it goes up a 10x, and you're like, man, this is pretty cool. Well, let's say it goes, you think it's going to go up a 10x, so you're like, okay, I put my first limit order at 10x, and then I'm going to take profits into Pulse, and then once Pulse goes up a 5x from there, then take those profit, then take that Pulse, and then sell it into DAI. And then maybe you set a limit order when Pulse goes down 80% from there, then take that DAI and then rebuy Pulse. It kind of like walks through the thing sequentially. It's a pretty cool concept. I believe, and don't quote me on this, I believe most of the orders on Tetra will be routed through Omnis at the beginning as a default, and then you can add these other dexes or aggregators manually if you want. Ooh, yeah, some big sell pressure came through on the Pulse pair. All right, guys. Well, unless you guys have any questions, I really don't have too much else for you guys today. Wow, 44 people. Look at that. The numbers on Pulsechain are going up. Look at us go, watching videos and posting streams, stuff like that. Like always, guys, after the call, I like to host kind of like a roundtable Q&A style call on my school community. So I'm going to give you guys this link, and if you want to come hang out after this call to ask questions or have a more casual conversation, this is where you can do it. All you have to do is click on this calendar. 3 p.m. bi-weekly call, and then the Zoom link pops up right there with the password. All right, and I think you can just click this too. Yeah, you just click that and it goes right there. So I'd love to see you guys on the call. It's going to happen at 3 o'clock. Yeah, it goes as long as we need it to go. No real time limits. One thing is the community calls, they are recorded. So if you want to see the call from 2 weeks ago, these happen every 2 weeks right after this call. You can watch them as well. For now, all of the call recordings will be free. One day I'll probably put like a $5-10 charge on it just to help with the upkeep of the website. But like I said in the weeks previous, this school page, I'm using it almost like a pseudo Telegram group for like my channel. So I like it a lot because it makes it really easy for you guys to post questions and then for me to answer them without all of the noise of Telegram. Because what I found is that once a Telegram room gets so big, it's very difficult to distinguish signal from noise, or like it just gets really jumbled up. I think this allows for a really proper amount of organization. And the other features, like I can host courses here, I can have the calendar. There's this gamification structure where every like that you get from other people, you get points. And so now I have a leaderboard of people who I can, like, let's say when Trinity launches, I want to do like $100 Trinity airdrop. Well, this leaderboard will probably be something that I look at as one of the first things that I do an airdrop for people who have been engaging on the community, right? So it's a way for me to attract people who are engaging. It's a way for me to interact with people more directly with a better signal to noise ratio than Telegram. And then, of course, if you want to be in a Telegram room with me, I have the private group at cryptosloth.info. But I think this is a nice free option, especially for the courses. Like this is where I'm going to be posting all of my courses from here on out. So I hope you guys join. I hope you guys come hang out over on the crypto treehouse, the Crypto Sloth treehouse school community. It'll be a lot of fun. I'd love to see you guys there. All right. Last call for questions or topics to talk about today before we close out this fun stream. I'll take that as a no. Well, everybody, thank you so much for popping in, not popping out. Now you're going to pop out. I hope to see you guys in the school community. This is the link right here. It's in the chat and in the description box below. That'll be starting in the next 10 minutes or so. I'm going to do a little Trinity teaser, and then I'll do the outro. So thank you guys. As always, thank you guys for coming on stream with me. I always appreciate it when people come and hang out with me. Hopefully this will happen again. Not hopefully, but it will happen again in 2 weeks. Maybe I'll have a little bit more of a plan for the stream. Give you guys some good content. Help you guys learn something. But I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. And I will see some of you guys in the school community, and I will see the rest of you guys around on the internet. Peace out.